Next year's AEW Grand Slam Australia event is reportedly set for a venue change after poor ticket sales possibly being the reason for the move. I'll let you know the details on that. Plus, the Women's Intercontinental Championship has been officially announced for Monday Night Raw. Penta Mieto's contract with All Elite Wrestling reportedly is set to expire next week. Big Boom AJ reportedly competed at Full Gear this past weekend despite sustaining a broken foot. He's also confirmed he does have a future in AEW. Speaking of futures in All Elite Wrestling, Adam Copeland reportedly is set for an in-ring return, but not this year. Bayley gives Bianca Belair the victory advantage in the Survivor Series War Games Women's match coming up this weekend. The US Championship match between LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura has been confirmed for this weekend. The Judgment Day retain the World Tag Team Championships on Raw. An Intercontinental Championship triple threat match is confirmed for Survivor Series. Plus, Renee Paquette reportedly is dealing with a minor injury. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with details regarding AEW Grand Slam Australia and a big change for the pay-per-view next year. AEW, of course, is set to make its Australian debut with AEW Grand Slam Australia, which is set for Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane on February 15th, 2025. Now, the stadium holds over 50,000 fans, and the event was set to be the first pro wrestling event to emanate from the stadium, but slow ticket sales are likely to put an end to those plans. According to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, AEW is considering moving the venue to a smaller arena. The announcement is likely to be made sooner rather than later. The ticket tracking WrestleTix account has noted that multiple changes have been made to the seating map in recent weeks, though WrestleTix has yet to give an initial count of ticket sales. The show is set to be the first Grand Slam event to not take place in Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens, New York, the home of the predominantly September event. It will also be one of 3 stadium shows AEW has planned, as they'll hold events in both Texas Globe Life Field and also co-promote a show called Wrestle Dynasty with New Japan Pro Wrestling in January at the historic Tokyo Dome. Wrestle Dynasty will feature Stardom, CMLL, and Ring of Honor as well. With Grand Slam Australia, AEW had hoped to recapture the success of the first 2 All-In events, which both put more than 50,000 fans in Wembley Stadium in London 2 years in a row. WWE previously had success in both Melbourne in 2018 for its Super Showdown events and Perth earlier this year for Elimination Chamber. Now, the Women's Intercontinental Championship has now been officially confirmed. A second Women's Midcard title was announced for Monday Night Raw prior to Monday's Go Home episode ahead of Survivor Series War Games. Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp reported that General Manager Adam Pearce announced a Women's Intercontinental Championship was coming to the Red Brand ahead of the show. Pearce announced the addition of the championship to the crowd in the ring ahead of the episode. It was later revealed on the show that Pearce called the women on Raw the true workhorses of the WWE before revealing the championship to the crowd in the middle of the ring. Pearce said a tournament for the championship will begin next week and it will be earned with blood, sweat, and tears. WWE went on to post a close-up image of the new championship bout on X. Now, a tournament for the new Women's United States Championship is currently being held on SmackDown, with the finals being held on Saturday night's main event on December 14th. It was reported back when the Women's US Championship was announced that the women on the Red Brand were not initially told why they weren't included in the tournament. Raw, of course, will premiere on Netflix on January 6th, but just when and where the Women's Intercontinental Championship finals will happen has yet to be reported. Now, a big update when it comes to the future, or lack thereof, of Penta Miedo in All Elite Wrestling, because Penta's present isn't with AEW for much longer. Now, earlier this summer, Fightful revealed that Penta and Rey Fenix's AEW deals would be up in the fall, barring injury time being added. As we've learned, injury time was added, perhaps in part, to AEW learning that there was communication between WWE and the Lucha Brothers. However, Penta's deal is coming up soon. Fightful Select has learned that word within All Elite Wrestling is that Penta's deal will be up next week, and he'll effectively become a free agent, barring some unforeseen changes. He is expected to have interest from WWE, although nobody in an official capacity there has ever mentioned him to Fightful. There are already independent pro wrestling companies looking to book him in high-profile matches should he become available. Now, let's talk about the Costco guys in All Elite Wrestling. First, an injury update coming out of Full Gear. Now, Big Boom AJ impressed many fans and professional wrestlers over the weekend when he defeated QT Marshall on the AEW Full Gear 0 Hour pre-show with his son Big Justice and fellow social media star The Rizzler by his side. Unfortunately, AJ's victory has come with one notable drawback. As noted by All Elite Wrestling on X, AJ sustained a broken foot while wrestling Marshall at Full Gear. The TikTok sensation ultimately managed to finish and win his match, but according to Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp, he was put on crutches after it. Now, as of the recording, initially there was no word on how long AJ is expected to be on the shelf, although he has now confirmed that. Now, following the news of AJ's injury, former AEW World Tag Team Champion Anthony Bowens has extended praise for him, specifically in how he carried himself in the ring and backstage at the Prudential Center. Quote, "You can talk shit all you want, but Big Boom AJ not only went out and lit up the audience, he broke his foot, finished the match, and I watched him make sure he fulfilled every picture and video request backstage hours afterwards. Respect," Bowens wrote. Now, in addition to the influx of video and photograph results and requests, AJ also fielded questions from the media at the Full Gear post-show press conference, all while battling a broken foot. Now, as far as his future in All Elite Wrestling, AJ has now taken to social media to confirm he's had a conversation with AEW President and CEO Tony Khan and confirmed once he has recovered from his injury, he will return to compete inside of an All Elite Wrestling ring once again. Here is what Big Boom AJ had to say.
Hey everyone, it's Big Boom AJ here, and I want to start by thanking everyone for all the support that we got on our very first AEW match, our AEW debut. It was a huge success, and yes, the story is out there. I did break my foot in the ring Saturday night. I think it happened somewhere right around the flying clothesline, but you know, the adrenaline was kicking. Everyone at the Prudential Center was bringing the boom. I had Big Justice in my corner, the Rizzler right there. Of course, Ashley, Mama Justice, all our family right there. So I guess that adrenaline kicked in and I was able to finish the match. So very grateful for that. Very grateful for everyone out there, all the support that we are getting. I have been in touch with Tony Khan today, also with the other executives at AEW, and I will be coming back. I will be back in the ring again. Do not worry about that. Big Boom AJ has about a 6 to 8 week recovery here. But then I will be back in the ring again. I will be doing a few things with AEW during that time, so stay tuned. We got some real fun stuff coming your way. But what I really wanted to do one time here was come on and thank everyone out there, everyone at AEW that have welcomed me in just like family right from the very start. I know this was a crazy idea to bring someone who hasn't been in the ring for 20 years that is a social media creator back into the ring and give him an opportunity like this, but I am forever grateful. And as always, AJ and Big Justice, we are all elite, and I will be back in the ring before you know it. Bring the boom!
Now, let's talk about Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland, we spoke yesterday about Tony Khan talking about when he hopes the Rated R Superstar will return to the ring, and the answer is fairly soon. Adam Copeland hasn't been seen on AEW programming since jumping off a steel cage at Double or Nothing back in May and breaking his tibia in a match against Malachi Black, but there reportedly is good news for the WWE Hall of Famer. PW Insider is reporting on Monday that Copeland has been cleared for physicality. However, the star isn't expected back regularly in the company until filming the second season of Percy Jackson on Disney Plus has wrapped. Now, Copeland plays Ares, the god of war, in the series. Sources in Hollywood told the outlet that the show is currently filming but is expected to wrap in January. Now, Copeland has also reportedly been heavily involved in helping out after Hurricane Helene hit Asheville, North Carolina, where he, wife Beth Phoenix, and their daughters reside. AEW President Tony Khan revealed that Copeland had been assisting FEMA workers in the state when he spoke to Copeland in October. AEW will present its Fight for the Fallen special of AEW Dynamite from Asheville on New Year's Day. While that would seem like a perfect appearance for the Rated R Superstar, there has been no timetable set for his return. PW Insider reported that Copeland attended the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions conference in Florida last week to promote an amusement park game featuring the Rated R Superstar Championship bouts. The outlet's sources says he looked good and was moving around well. Now, Bayley, she has helped out Bianca Belair's team to get the advantage for War Games this weekend. Bianca Belair defeated WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax in the main event of Raw to earn her team the advantage going into War Games at Survivor Series this weekend with some help from an old enemy. Jax sought to compound the issues endured by her rivals in recent weeks, with Jade Cargill shelved by a mysterious attacker during last week's episode of SmackDown and needing to be replaced, attacking Belair with ferocity in the opening stages. It was very much a tale of Belair being forced to endure through relentless offense, kicking out of multiple pin attempts before getting herself back into the bout with a gorilla press off the top rope, following up with a springboard splash for a near fall. Jax got back into the match, angling for an annihilator before Belair landed a German suplex to bring her and the top turnbuckle down to the mat. The exposed turnbuckle would factor into the conclusion of the bout too. Jax took out Belair with a Samoan drop onto the announcer's desk, driving her into the steel steps and getting in the ring while the referee made the count, only for Bayley to emerge and trip a boastful Jax into the turnbuckle. Bayley then caught Belair's attention, directing her to land a 450 splash for the pinfall and thus earning her team the advantage this weekend. In a backstage segment prior to the match, Belair was shown arguing with her teammates about the possibility of replacing Cargill on their team with Bayley, who has a history of animosity with both Belair and teammate Io Sky. Bayley has yet to be confirmed as the 5th member of Belair's team on television, but the suggestion is, particularly when it comes to spoilers from last week's SmackDown, that she could be the one to replace her on the team. Now, other matches have been announced for Survivor Series this weekend. Another match has been added to Survivor Series War Games on Saturday, set to emanate from Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. It was announced via a graphic on Raw that United States champion LA Knight will take on Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura returned to the blue brand in recent weeks and attacked Knight on 2 different occasions. Last week on SmackDown, Nakamura taunted Knight before his match against Santos Escobar with a video on the Tron. Following Knight's victory, Nakamura appeared in the ring and beat him down once again. The United States Championship match joins the card that currently consists of 2 War Games matches, along with several other title bouts. Speaking of titles, the War Raiders were unsuccessful in defeating the Judgment Day on Raw. Finn Balor and Jaden McDonough retained the WWE World Tag Team Championships over the War Raiders during Monday Night Raw, making just their second defense in 155 days. Balor and McDonough were pit against the challengers undefeated in 4 bouts since their October 7 return, and likely would have lost their titles had it not been for the intervention of the rest of the Judgment Day. The War Raiders fought to an early advantage until Eric was isolated by Balor and McDonough, ultimately enduring to make the hot tag to Ivar. They then fought back into the advantage, looking to put McDonough away, but Balor, breaking up the pinfall, looking to turn the tables and tides for their stablemates, Dominic Mysterio and Carlito, came down the ramp, only to be taken out by the challengers with a dive. They then hit War Machine on McDonough, once more looking for the winning pinfall, until Mysterio placed McDonough's foot on the ropes before the final count. Ivar ascended the ropes looking to end it, but Balor made use of Mysterio and Carlito's distraction to trip him, allowing McDonough to steal the victory via a roll-up. Speaking of title matches for Survivor Series, the Intercontinental Championship will also be on the line during the show. With Survivor Series War Games just 5 days away, another title match has been added after the go-home edition of Monday Night Raw. Bron Breakker was facing Ludwig Kaiser in a non-title match when the latter was attacked from behind by Sheamus. Last week, Kaiser cost Sheamus his own match against Breakker, which was a title match, meaning Sheamus also lost a chance to win the Intercontinental Championship that has so long eluded him. Both matches ended via disqualification. This week, a brawl ensued, which led to security breaking up. Adam Pearce had enough and yelled that if each man wanted to fight, triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series before tossing his microphone over his head. After the announcement, Sheamus then charged at Kaiser and they had to be separated once more. So that match is now confirmed for this weekend. And finally, Renee Paquette reportedly is dealing with a minor injury in All Elite Wrestling. Now, backstage interviewers might not take the bumps and bruises of professional wrestlers, but they still spend plenty of time on their feet. And one AEW interviewer has been limping around backstage, though fans who watch the weekly would be none the wiser thanks to her quiet fortitude. According to F4W Online, AEW broadcaster Renee Paquette is currently working through a foot injury. The foot was initially believed to be broken, but X-rays revealed that not to be the case. Whatever the injury, Paquette is said to be hobbling around backstage, pushing through. Paquette is not only a broadcaster and an interviewer for AEW, she's also been working as a producer for the company, often producing her interviews with AEW talent. Paquette wasn't the only one dealing with a foot injury this weekend at Full Gear. Of course, as we mentioned, Big Boom AJ also suffering a broken foot at the event. But there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.